Calvin Castine at Chazy Central Rural School. It's the 8th day of January 2013. Elvis Presley's birthday, and we're here for junior varsity boys basketball in the MVAC Mountain and Valley Athletic Conference. Temperature 36 degrees when we shut our vehicle off. It's the Willsboro Warriors at Chazy. Referees are Paul Gehrig and Jim Caron. Let's see who's out there for Galen Trombley's team. Let's see, number 23, that's Keegan O'Connor. 10 out there is Corey Ryan. 22 is Austin Gravel. 32, that's Sam Provost. And 4 is Zach Brothers. Now for Willsboro, 1 is Jack Oliver. 22 is Cole Pierce. 21 is Chase Pierce. 33 is John Christian, and 35, is it? Yep, 35, Stephen Flora. We are over at the side over here, because when we arrived, the whole row where we usually stand was all taken up. There's a basket for the Eagles by number 23, Keegan O'Connor. We're going to hand the microphone over to Joey Trombley, who's just popped in out of nowhere.
Well, Calvin, as you know, tonight is school board night, and of course you also know it's pool night, but school board night overtakes school or pool night every night. So the meeting's at 6, so like I said in the email today, we might get a couple quarters in, but you'll be going solo there for the second half, would be my guess. And then just like that, it was Flora nails a three-pointer, and he cuts that 4-point deficit down to 1. And O'Connor comes up with the shot, and the rebound goes to Flora, who just nailed that three-pointer. So it's Willsboro and Chazy, and I know, Calvin, you're the old pro at this. You said the date, what day it is.
Elvis Presley's birthday.
Elvis Presley's birthday. You said who the officials are?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, who are they? Well, you got Paul Gehrig.
Paul Gehrig and Jim Caron.
Oh, Jim Caron, okay, yep. And there's a nice drive by Zach Brothers. He takes it in, so Chazy doubles that lead. They're now ahead 6-3. And it's Oliver with the ball, and he gets it up over to the near side of Christian. And the ball went over to Pierce, back to Christian, over to Flora. And Flora, Chazy's in that 2-3 zone, and of course, Galen Trombley picked that up from Coach Rob Guerin when he played for him here in Chazy. And there's a block. Oh, nice outlet out there, and hopefully it's not too far. And O'Connor looked like he almost did his ankle, but he recovered. It was a nice block and rebound by Provost. But the shot is missed, and it's picked up by number 1 Oliver, so he'll work his way down. And Calvin, I'm just hoping this game is a little more entertaining than the BCS championship game last night, where my beloved Irish, it was like men against boys, and the boys would have been the Irish and the men would have been Bama.
They were altar boys last night.
They were altar boys last night. Alabama was absolutely, totally impressive. And I'm thinking they probably given the worst team of the NFL a game last night. So hopefully this game is a little more exciting than that. And I'm a beloved Irish fan, and they had a great year, but last night they were out of their league, and it was, if you're an Irish fan, it was a boring game, and if you were a Bama fan, it was you loved every minute of it, as that's their 3rd championship in 4 years, so I guess you could say dynasty.
Yeah.
So here come the Warriors. They're trailing 8-3, and the ball is top of the key. And I think this is the first time they meet this year, if I'm not mistaken. And last night, Calvin, you weren't here. Oh, nice play by Provost, coming back on the feed from O'Connor. But last night, the Chazy JV boys played Chateauguay. And of course, we know Chateauguay has a wonderful basketball program in Chateauguay. And the JV boys lost that game last night. It was their first, well, in league play, they're undefeated. They lost that game 40-28 in a very entertaining game. But Chateauguay came on top, which in some aspects it wasn't totally surprising, but it was a very good game, and their coach told Galen after the game, because you had a really good team there, and just came up a little bit short. So we have a timeout with 3:45 to go. It's 8-3 Chazy. And so we're back from the timeout, and it's Oliver who will take the ball up here for the Warriors. He crosses center court. He has Flora to his left, but he goes over to the right side, over to it was Graves, and nice play by Gravel. And of course, that would be his grandfather, I think, in the first row down there. That'd be Bob Gravel, and Bob loves his basketball. He loves his Chazy basketball, and he makes every game that he can. And I'm sure it's a real joy for him to sit there and watch his grandson out there playing here for the Eagles. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Bob is an alumni basketball player for Chazy. Am I right on that, Calvin?
I would expect so. I mean, he's been here his whole life, so.
And he's a graduate of Chazy.
Yeah.
So it's got to be nice after all these years to look on the hard court and see some blood out there playing.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to see Bob here at today's game. And the score is 8-3, and it's Oliver with the ball. He goes left side over to Flora. He goes baseline, and it went into the hands of Pierce. Back to Flora. Chazy playing their 2-3 zone. And one thing that I'm seeing tonight compared to last night is that Chazy, there's a steal and a foul by Flora, where Chazy whipped that ball around that 2-3 zone. It was like clockwork, and those boys were working. They were shifting, and they don't have to work so hard tonight because Willsboro's not snapping that ball back and forth like Chazy was last night. But Chazy is playing their version of the 2-3, and it goes right down inside. Nice feed from Provost over to Gravel, and Gravel takes it off the backboard, off the glass, and in. So Chazy extends that lead to 10-3 with 2:33 to go. Willsboro in the offensive mode right now. Again, Chazy in their 2-3 zone. Not much movement from the Willsboro offense here, so Chazy just kind of settling into their position there. Zach Brothers comes out on Flora. Flora gets the shot up, and he gets his own rebound, but taken away by O'Connor. O'Connor behind the back will take it all the way, and he's fouled going in. And it will be going for two. I thought it would be continuation, and Paul Gehrig says he's going for two. And O'Connor misses the first one. And Calvin, who won the modified game?
Willsboro.
Okay,
By a lot.
By a lot. Rebound by O'Connor, or shot missed by O'Connor, rebounded by Provost. Easy bucket in. And with the Willsboro players, they have no answer for Provost with his height down there. So it's Sam Provost having his way pretty much down in the paint against the Warriors. And the Warriors are trying to move it around this 2-3 zone. Brothers is guarding Pierce, or that was Graves. Stolen away. O'Connor takes it in, takes it down the court, and it's now 14-3 Chazy. And we have John Christensen ready to check into the game as Jack Oliver takes it up here for the Warriors. He goes to the post. It comes back out. There's a three-pointer. It's short, and it's picked up by O'Connor. And now it's man-to-man defense here by the Warriors. Then they drop back to a 2-3. Brothers inside to Provost. Provost gets a shot up and doesn't drop. Nice play by Ryan. He gets it out to O'Connor. O'Connor gets a shot up, and it'll be a foul on Ryan, it looks like. So a good aggressive play by Corey Ryan trying to get to that rebound. He tried to slap it over to Provost, but he was a little too aggressive, and he was called for the foul with 1:03 to go here in the first quarter. It has been all Chazy as the Eagles go up 14-3 with 1:03 to go, and the Warriors are trying to cut into that deficit. That is Jack Oliver taking across center court. Looks left, but he goes right over into the hands of Christensen. And the ball went over to, it looks like Knickerbocker. And here's Gravel, takes it in. And what I'm liking here with the Eagles here tonight, Calvin, is that the boys are going to the hoop hard, but they're taking it soft off the backboard, off the glass. And you don't see a lot of that, at least not in the MVAC. I don't see a lot of that. So it's nice to see the boys taking advantage of what that little square is behind the basket, which is you hit it there, normally it will drop into the net. So it's 16-3 Chazy, a turnover on the Warriors. And O'Connor gets the ball in from Provost. He goes over to Ryan. Ryan squares up, and Ryan misses everything, so it will go to the Warriors. But it was an open look for Corey Ryan. Definitely his shot. It was his shot to take. It just wasn't going to drop that try, but he'll get another chance hopefully this game to try to make another one. And it is Oliver takes it across center court. He looks inside, but he comes back up over to Christensen, who gives it up over to Oliver. He tries to go baseline, and there's a forced shot rebounded by Gravel, but he had to get it up as the shot clock or the game clock was coming down for the first quarter. So the first quarter has officially come to an end. It's Chazy 16, Willsboro 3. And we're starting the second quarter, and it is Flora. He'll take it out. The arrow favors the Warriors, so they'll take it to start the second quarter. And Calvin, how many years ago have they been doing the arrow? I mean, remember back when we were growing up, it was always a jump ball to start the quarters. And then they went to the arrow. They're stolen by O'Connor. Nice job taking it off the backboard, so they extend the lead 18-3.
I would say it's going to be well over 15 years. And particularly when you're doing youth basketball, it used to be one jump ball after the other.
Yeah, no, I think this is a good change.
Oh yeah, possession clock, arrows.
You know, even when they're tying the ball up, back in the old days, it was a jump ball if you tied it up.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And this is great. I mean, it's like you got the arrow, and it moves the game along a little quicker. And actually, it's quite fair because if you have some tall dude out there, you're never going to win the jump ball.
Well, if he's involved in the jump ball.
Involved in the play, yes. But at least for 4 quarters, he's involved. If they start the quarter with it. So I think that kind of evened it up a little bit.
Yeah, I think it was just an overall tall team would have the advantage every time there was a jump ball. So plus it speeds up the game.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And Provost, nice rotation.
Yeah.
It was nothing but net, but it won't count for a point.
Getting back to that possession arrow, every once in a while I'll hear a fan out there who doesn't have a clue, and they think it's just an out of bounds thing. So, somebody got the ball last time out of bounds. It's our turns this time.
Yeah, well. So we call those low information fans.
Yeah,
low information.
But they holler just as loud as the ones who know what they're hollering about.
Oh yeah. And it is Flora coming up. He has it at the top of the key beyond the arc. And there's really no movement out there. The boys are just standing there for defensively for Chazy. There's not a lot of movement by the Warriors. And on the weak side, nice rebound by Graves. There's another three-pointer. And it's picked up by, that would have been Gage Castine. Pushes it up to O'Connor. He'll slow it up. There's 28 seconds on the shot clock. And Zach Brothers lets it go, and there's a 2-shot foul here coming up here for Gage Castine. And the boys are a little light on their free throws today here, just barely hitting the rim here, Calvin. So maybe an extra bowl of Wheaties on game day might help them in the morning. There we are. Found its way in. It found its way in.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. You look at the scoreboard, you got 1 extra point. And the Warriors here, they're trailing 20-3. With 6 minutes to go. And it goes down to the corner. Coming out is Kackstein. And he's blocked by Provost. And I give a lot of credit to Graves to go into the land of the big men there. But he paid the price as he was blocked by Provost. And it's pushed back out to Graves. Now he'll maybe try a three-pointer. No, he fakes it. And it's knocked from behind by O'Connor. And definitely a different atmosphere tonight than it was last night. And there's a shot, and it's rebounded by, and there's a pass over to Brothers. Brothers taking it in. He is fouled. And it looks like he was fouled by double twos. So that would be a foul on Pierce. Cole Pierce. So the line is Zach Brothers. And coming into the game for the Eagles is Kevin Moore. And Brothers makes one of two. It's 21-3 with 5:48 to go. And it's back out over to number 35, Mr. Flora. Top of the key. Flora will look to take the three-pointer. And it's rebounded by Moore. It's knocked off his hand, so we'll go back to Chazy. So Zach Brothers will break it or bring it in, and then you also have into the game Jordan Hemingway's into the game here for Chazy. Back over to Hemingway, over to Brothers. Brothers looking to drive, has it knocked away, picked up by Moore. Moore lost it to and Graves was looking for a foul on that, but Karen was right there, and he said Mr. Provost had nothing but ball. So if there's any consolation for Willsboro, they'll get the ball underneath the Chazy basket, but no foul called. And it is Flora taking it in. Pushes it out, and it goes over the head of Christian. So a turnover for Willsboro. Inside to Provost. Over to Hemingway. He has it knocked away by Flora. Flora will take it up the court. Over to the left side. Graves with the shot. And nothing but net for Graves. And it's 21-6.
Did you say Graves buried it?
He buried it, Calvin. And he made some kind of little gesture with his hand like he made it three. I think his coach said, no need for that. We're down 21-6.
There's no need for that if you're up 21-6.
Well, yeah. Well. And Hemingway gets the outlet over to Brothers. Brothers has position, takes it in, doesn't go in. Shot up by Hemingway trying to get the rebound. And we have a jump ball, and it will favor Chazy with 4:08 to go.
The trouble is, if you watch the NFL and the NBA, these kids don't have a lot of role models out there as a class, you know, how to conduct yourself.
Now, whatever happened, you scored a touchdown, you put the ball down, you went back to the sidelines.
Yeah.
Or you get a dunk and you just run back. Or these guys make gestures and they pound their chest, and there's a nice shot on the baseline by Gravel. But yeah, it's a different world out there in the sports world, and they're all looking for their moment on ESPN for that top 10, that big moment that may catapult them to the next level. And it's all about the money, Calvin. They want endorsements. They want that exposure.
Well, you can get an endorsement for being talented, but they're going to be classless.
Yeah, but they think they have to be.
I don't think so. I think you see it on the playgrounds. I think you see it everywhere. It just
Well, you do, but they see it from the top level down.
right. I don't think it has anything to do with money.
With what?
I don't think it has anything to do with money.
Well, not the lower level. No, not the lower level.
Even up there, it's not about money.
You don't think so?
No, it's about being a show off. And not having any class.
Would that have come back from the 60s from Broadway Joe? The Jets? Would that have where it all started?
Well, a little bit, but he was more between games, loudmouth. I think Hollywood Henderson might be the first one I remember.
Hollywood Henderson from the Cowboys, yeah. We're dating ourselves here, but yeah. Then I'll say maybe the Atomic Blondes of World Wrestling Federation.
Okay, I won't argue with you.
I figure since we're going all the way back, I'll just try to get, can't call that a sport, but entertainment. We'll call it entertainment value. And Gravel gets his own rebound. And that will be a foul on number 25. It would be Krivicki. Krivicki.
I asked the scorekeeper, she wasn't quite sure. She said he's a Russian, or it's a Russian name at least.
I never would have guessed that.
Krivicki. She kind of put an S in there too.
Krivicki.
Yeah.
Krivicki. That sounds pretty good. Keep the camera on. I'm going to call that name more often. It's Krivicki with the ball. And he gets that one to drop. So it's 25-6, I think. They're going to change that clock. And maybe they did. It was 23, and I looked up too late. Still showing 24. And he gets the second one, but it's Krivicki taking it out of bounds here for the Warriors. And it's Flora taking it across center court. He comes over to the near side, over to Graves. 3 minutes to go. And Flora, all the way to the top of the key. Over to Krivicki, back to Flora. Go down low, Flora getting the shot off. And it's taken away by Hemingway. And he'll be called for a travel. So Flora will take the ball out, and it is Knickerbocker with the, he gets the shot right up. Graves goes up, and let's not fight, boys, let's not fight. Chase Dunbar with it. Flora with the shot, and the shot goes up. It was by 21 Pierce, doesn't drop. And there was a little body check there, but Mr. Caron let that go unchecked. So we have Dupree coming into the game. Alex Dupree as well as Corey Ryan. And we have Flora. He goes over to Graves. Over to Knickerbocker. Stolen by Graves. Graves takes it off the backboard and in. So it's now 27-6 with 2 minutes to go here in the second. And Calvin, it looks like it will only be one half for me calling the game for you tonight.
Oh yeah.
I'll keep you company during halftime, but I'll have to head up there for the school board meeting. First one of 2013, Calvin. And there's another nice shot there. 2-pointer by Mr. Graves. And he's got 5 of the points. I don't know if he scored the first 3 when I got here. But
you're saying both teams have Graves on them?
Graves?
Yeah. You called 22 Graves. Is that Gravel?
Gravel.
Okay.
I didn't say Graves.
Yeah, that's all right.
Play back the film. Play back the film.
That's all right.
The listening folks will know what was said.
Yeah, well, last night I was, Norm Bono handed me an audio recording on a videotape that Bob Venn had done from 1969.
Oh, wow.
So I put that up on the website today.
Nice.
Of the Rangers, West Point Rangers against Montpelier. And I'm rattling on, and I say Montpelier. I say Montreal instead of Montpelier. And
It's not hard to do.
I say Andy. I talked about the days at St. Mary's and Moose Misek. Moose Misek would say, "Whoa."
A little extracurricular activity there.
Yeah. And the refs ignored Flora. Flora shouldn't have been anywhere involved in that either.
No, exactly. Flora had no business going up there.
He had no business getting involved in that. He's not an enforcer out there.
But Ryan gets chewed out by Gary, it looks like. And Corey's dad, he's smiling over here to our right there. Pat Ryan, he's laughing here. So we have Flora.
It's not a hockey game, it's basketball.
No, it's not a hockey game. We saw enough of that with Plattsburgh and Northeastern the game last week. Hey, actually, Calvin, last week we were in a little more colder atmosphere, but it was Wednesday. But it was 24 degrees below zero, and I think it was like 34 above here tonight. So we have about a 58-degree turnaround, and it feels wonderful.
Well, even last night around this time, it was about 0 or below.
Well, I was driving home. Where was it last night? We had the game here. It was 7 below. But by the halftime of that wonderful WCS game last night, bowl game, it had warmed up to like 10 above. So it was getting warmer as the night was going on. So the first half has officially come to an end here on the 8th of January 2013. MVAC action for JV boys. Chazy leading Willsboro 27-11.
Well, we want to thank Joey Trombley for taking us through most of that first half. And now we're going to carry on without him as he's gone to a school board meeting here at Chazy Central. It's Willsboro ball to start the third quarter. They trail by 16. Coach Cross has his arms crossed there. That means he's not happy. The Eagles come up with it. Intended for Gravel from Brothers, and it's out of bounds, a little too hard. Willsboro, not a lot of movement away from the ball. That is missed. Good follow by the big guy, Sam Provost. Gives the team 29-8-11, a 18-point lead. Cole Pierce trying to go down the middle. You want to use that high post to kind of break up that front two, but the guy in the middle can't be driving against the three men underneath. He's surrounded by five guys, so what he's got to do is use himself as someone to get somebody else open, draw the attention to himself, and get somebody else open. So that's why you want to use that high post. There's a basket by Keegan O'Connor. It's now a 20-point Chazy lead. 6 minutes and 12 seconds showing in the third period. O'Connor with it. So coast to coast, and two more on the Chazy side. Ball be inbounded to Pierce, and he gives it back to Oliver. Flora will take it out front. Got Christian on the right side, number 33, and 21 is the other Pierce, Chase Pierce, and Chase and Cole Pierce. sub coming in. 24 Graves replaces Christian. We're going to have a foul called. And it'll send Graves to the line. Now we have 25 in for the Eagles. That's Hemingway. He replaces Corey Ryan. That's going to send Provost to the charity strike. 33-11. Chazy has scored 3/4 of the points. He is certainly a dominant force out there for the Eagles. And it's up to a 25-point Chazy advantage. And here comes Provost again, putting the ball to the floor. He thought about that three-pointer, but thought better. That is missed. And rebounded by Cole Pierce. Oliver into the forecourt. Over to Flora. Pierce to Oliver, over to Graves. Three seconds. Let's see, we got Castine and Dupree in. Among the archives of Bob Ben's home movies, we have Alex Dupree's grandfather, Norman Diapers Dupree. Just a second or two of him coming on the court back in, I'd guess, 1957. Or so at St. Mary's when they were playing against Chazy. So you see the St. Mary's players coming on. And here's Castine at the line. So it's the old 8mm film from the 50s, and back then you didn't take much more than a quick shot of anything because it was so expensive, and the 50 feet went kind of quick. So there's just a brief view of the members of both teams coming on the floor. I recognize the St. Mary's fellas, people like my cousin Oscar Bayshard and Gary Enemet and Norman Dupree, but I didn't recognize any of the Chazy players. And a basket by Alex Dupree. That's a travel. Castine will give it in to O'Connor. O'Connor will bring it up. 3 minutes to go in the third period. 39 to 11. So that 18-point lead is now 28-point lead. 3-second call. Hemingway, Castine, Dupree. Let's see, Brothers is back in, and O'Connor on the floor for Chazy. Kravitsky is back out there for Willsboro. Flora, a little baseline shot, called in, nice move. That'll make it 39 to 13, so it's the first points for the Warriors in a while. This is junior varsity boys basketball from January 8th, 2013. One up over the top and out of bounds. Determined to get the shot off. And we're approaching the 2-minute mark here in the third period. Too hard. Rebounded by Hemingway. O'Connor brings it up. Rebounded by Pierce. And the shot by Brothers. Oliver into the forecourt. We're going to have a Willsboro timeout when we come back. Justin Misek, number 20. Misek will be in for the Warriors. Pierce, bounce pass to Oliver. That was rebounded by Castine. And laid in by O'Connor. 41 to 13, under a minute to go in the third quarter. Taken away by Dupree, and we're going to have traveling. Goes Jim Caron. Pierce to inbound. Oliver. The side of the backboard, and it bounces out of bounds. Castine in to O'Connor. Rebounded by Dupree. We're going to have a foul, I believe, on Hemingway. 21.5 left in the third. Chazy up by 28. They led by 16 at the half, 27-11. So Willsboro scores just 2 points here in the third quarter. Castine pulls it down, 3 seconds. We're done 3. Gravel with the ball to start the fourth quarter. Number 30 up there, Dunbar, Chase Dunbar, got to get off his feet. He's a big fella out there, but he's got to jump too. Well, we got Corey Ryan at the line. Looks like he's going to shoot 2. Chance to put his team up by 30. Or maybe 29. And we got Kravitsky back in for the Warriors. Stolen away by Pierce. That's a missed play. It's a red ball for a minute or so into the fourth quarter. Oliver gets it from Chase Pierce and brings it across midcourt. Rebounded by Ryan. Gravel brings it up. Oh, too many fouls. Gravel to line. There's your 30-point lead, 43-13 as Gravel hits them both. 6:10 left in the contest. And we can move on to the varsity. It's too strong. Dunbar pulls it down. Gives it over to Gravel. Eagles working the ball. Provost is short. Dunbar grabs it. And blocked. See, 12, Kevin Moore is out there for Chazy. I don't think I've mentioned his name. Moore and Ryan in the front of the defense, and you got Dunbar, Provost, and Ravel underneath. Flora will inbound it. Underneath for Dunbar. He is blocked. And it's off him. Red ball. There's exactly 5 on the clock. Graves just kind of lost it. Ravel will walk it into the forecourt. Ravel shot, tracked down by Kravitsky. Flora will put up a three-pointer. Rebound Dunbar off the putback from Kravitsky. Ryan's shot is missed. And we have traveling, so Chazy will get the ball back. We're over halfway through the 4th quarter. We have subs coming in. Statisticians hard at work. Pierce, whoops. Flora in the corner. Dunbar with the rebound. Provost up to Ryan. Basket by Kevin Moore. 45 to 13. Oh! From downtown, Jack Oliver hits sophomore. They got a young team here. Well, not young team, I guess. This is a JV squad. Looking at all the freshmen out there they have, but they only got 4, I guess. 4 freshmen for Willsboro. Oh, actually, I'm looking at the Chazy. I've written them, written the Willsboro names, and I'm looking at the Chazy grades here. Chazy has only 4 sophomores, freshmen. Their freshmen are Ryan, McDowell, Gravel, and Dunbar. This is Moore at the line. You needed a little more on that one. Oliver brings it up. Let's see, 33, John Christian is back in for Willsboro. Baseline shot by Oliver, pulled down by Provost. Good effort effort there by Ryan to keep that ball for the Eagles. They're trying to get Dunbar in the scoring column. .2:14 left in the game. Oliver with the ball. Foul on Provost. Excuse me, if Provost is fouled. Fouls against Provost. That puts his team up by 30 again. Let's see, 41 and 20. So it's Knickerbocker and Misek in for Willsboro. (47-16). Dunbar, not sure why he just gave up on that. He started walking away. There's Gravel. Provost back to Gravel. Ryan. And strong move by Sam Provost. Under a minute to go, 49-16, Chazy with a big margin of victory here. Baseline shot by Oliver is good. 37 seconds. 31 on the shot clock. And taking it to the hole was Austin Gravel. 51-18. Rebounded by Gravel off a shot by Graves. Gravel will dribble it out. So a 33-point victory for the home team. Chazy defeats Willsboro, and that's the way it was in junior varsity boys basketball on this 8th day of January 2013. You're watching viewer-supported local television, Hometown Cable. Win, lose, or draw, TV worthy of your support, Hometown Cable.